Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is CJ Ambrose 05 or CJ Ambrose. I really don't care what you call me. We're here today starting our Texas Rangers franchise in MLB The Show. Now, as I'm setting up here, I really just want this to be a fun franchise. I'm going to leave CPU trading on. But other than fun, I do want to keep my moves realistic. And I want to keep a realistic build with the Rangers. That's why I chose him, because I think this could be a realistic rebuild that I can do over a good period of time. But without further ado, let's get into this. So right off the rip, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in Ty Buttery. Buttery's a solid throwing righty, and I think he can add some much needed power to this pen. Speaking of power, we're going to bring in the power hitting right fielder, former top prospect with the Royals, Jorge Bonifacio. Now with those two moves out of the way, let's look at the team we have right now. Nate Lowe is going to be our first baseman, former Ray. He was solid in his rookie year, but has struggled since then. At second base, we got Nick Solak. He's one of the guys who look to build around on this team. He crushes against lefties. He did a really solid rookie year, but definitely took a step down last year. But we still look to build around him. Then at shortstop, hitting third for us will be Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He can also play catcher, second, and third. He's a super utility guy that I think could put in some good years at age 26. Be a potential guy. Then at third base is the Brock star Brock. Holt can play every position on the field, and he can provide a okay bat off the bench, solid contact guy. Now we move into the outfield, and we have David Dahl, very interesting player, one of the top prospects for Colorado in the mid-2010s. And he looks to really resurrect his career. He showed some potential there in Colorado, but was never able to put it together and be the superstar they thought he could become. Initially, he was looked at as a guy that could be a 2020 player in the MLB, but so far he's not been able to do that. But I could easily see David Dahl as a guy that could play his way into the future for this team. In center field, we're going to be playing Delino DeShields Jr., the 28-year-old. Doesn't really have a spot in our future plans as of now, but he can be a really solid speed option and bunt option off the bench for us. Joey Gallo, the modern day MLB player in a nutshell. Home run or strikeout hero for Joey Gallo, or a walk. He does not do singles or doubles much. No, Joey hits dingers. Now last year, in a COVID-ridden year, he struggled a lot. He's one player that had COVID and it clearly affected his play on the field. We hope that he can recover from that and be the Joey Gallo that he's been over the last few years. And last but not least, we have our DH, Chris Crush Davis, or as he was formerly known, Crush. As in 2019 and 2020, that is not what he has been. He has struggled. Before that, he had 42 home runs, 43 home runs, and 48 home runs, all with a .247 batting average. But since then, he has struggled, and he looks to come here to the Rangers and really rebuild his career. Our hope is to have a more Hunter Pence style situation where he's really able to revitalize his career and get something good for us at the deadline. And then at catcher, we got Jonah Hyam and Jose Porcino. None of them are really that good. Don't expect to see them as part of the future of this team. Let's move on to pitching now, as we see our number one guy is Kohei Arihara. He's coming over from Japan. Number two is going to be Dane Dunning. Dunning, he's a solid young arm that I think we can build around and be a real solid middle-of-the-rotation guy. Following him is Kyle Gibson. Gibson, 33. We hope to really just get the most that we can out of him and trade him when he's on the last year of his deal. I don't know if it's this year or next year. Mike Foltynewicz, another guy trying to rebuild his career here with the Rangers. Former All-Star, was the ace of the Atlanta staff for a few years. Just completely fell apart last year. Only pitched one game for him. He's looking to rebuild his career. And then we have the South Korean pitcher, rookie Hyun-Jung Yang. Yang, he comes in at 33 years old. We'll have to see what we can get out of him, really. Now let's move over to the pen. We have Jose Leclerc. Leclerc is going to be our closer. Hard-throwing guy. Doesn't have great control, but when he is on, he is on. We look as him to be the anchor of this pen. Then we just move down. Nothing really to write home about. We already talked about Ty Buttery. Strong-throwing righty. Actually hits lefty, funny enough. 6'6", 240. We look to get what we can out of him. Then there's the former number one overall pick, Matt Bush, at 35 years old. Finally made it up in 2016. A lot of off-the-field stuff with him. Really good story if you want to look it up. But without further ado, welcome to opening day here in Kansas City. It is the Royals versus the Rangers in a not-so-marquee matchup. But hey, it's opening day in 2021. The fans are back in the seats as we're here at Kauffman Stadium, as we'll be right back with the first pitch. So back here in KC, as the young Brady Singer, right-hander, getting in his last warm pitches. Last year, in 12 games, he went 4-5 with a 4.06 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP. 23 walks to 61 strikeouts, 52 hits given up in 64 innings pitched. And leading off will be Delino DeShields. It was not a great year for DeShields last year. Not really getting on base, but hey, they believe in him, giving him the leadoff spot as the first pitch of the 2021 season is in there for strike one. The pitch to DeShields, and it is going to be low for ball one. It's a overcast day here, 68 miles per hour with a 9 miles per hour wind. 1-1 to DeShields. It is going to be swung at for strike two. That is a slider, a pitch that Brady Singer loves to go to. So 1-2 count to DeShields, and he's going to take just below the zone. It is a changeup. A questionable call there. The 2-2 count to DeShields, and it's going to be fouled off. That was another slider, 84 miles an hour, right near the middle of the zone. Lucky it wasn't taken for a ride. DeShields, not known for his power, though. And the 2-2 is going to be outside. It's a slider that missed on the outside part of the plate. So 3-2 delivery. Ball going to be taken up the middle, right to second base. Thrown on to first base. Carlos Santana makes the catch as that is the first out of the game. A 7-pitch at bat as Singer retires Delino DeShields. As we look at the lineup, we just saw DeShields ground out. Now due up is David Dahl. Then it'll be Xander Kiner-Falefa, Joey Gallo, Nick Solak, Nate Lowe, Chris Davis, Brock Holt, and Jonah Heim rounding it out. So the 0-0 to David Dahl. The pitch is going to be swung at and driven deep, carrying but caught for the putout. So 2 down in the inning, and this will bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. It's an 0-2 to Falefa. Trying to stay alive here. Pitch number 11 of the inning is going to be swung at for strike 3, a slider on the outside. So Singer gets out of it in 11 pitches with the K to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the first, 0-0. We now enter the bottom of the first as Arihara already has Adalberto Mondesi 0-2, but he misses with the 0-2 pitch high. No stats to speak of for Arihara because he's a rookie coming into this game. As the 1-2 is looked at for strike 3. That is Arihara's first major league strikeout as he sits down Adalberto Mondesi. Of course, the son of Raul Mondesi, one of 2 sons leading off the game for each respective team. Now in the box is the newly acquired Andrew Benintendi. The 0-0 pitch to him, and it is taken well deep on the run, but caught by Joey Gallo. He makes the play, so that'll be the second out of the inning. Now due up is Whit Merrifield, one of the longer tenured players on the team, as the 0-2 is taken high, really high, up at the eyes for 1-2. The delivery, and this ball is going to be taken into right field. It falls in for a hit for Whit Merrifield. A few years ago, Whit Merrifield had over 50 stolen bases as he's able to take second here as well. So Jorge Soler due up in the 4-hole. 0-2 pitch to him. He swings through the slider for strike 3. So we end the first 0-0. So, top of the second inning as it is time for Joey Pico de Gallo as he looks at the changeup. As you can see, the defensive lineman shifted way to the right with Hunter Dozier essentially playing shortstop at his third base position. But he beats the shift, hitting it into the shift, but pulling it so much that even the second baseman, Whit Merrifield, isn't that far into right field. Now the 0-2 count to Nick Solak, the lefty killer, is missed, so 1-2 count for Singer. He sets, and he delivers, and it is going to be a ground ball to second base. Merrifield to 2, back to first, and he is safe. So Solak beats out the throw, so you're going to get a great play there by Merrifield. They're going to get the lead runner, but they are not going to get the speediest runner, as you're pretty much just trading it out for more speed there with Nick Solak at first. Now it's time for the former Ray, Nate Lowe, as Lowe takes this ball into the right field stands, as this is not one of the teams that has the full netting around all of foul territory. So you can get a souvenir there. The 0-1 pitch to Nate Lowe. Looking in, his Singer gets the sign. He fires, and it is going to be hit well. This ball is carrying. It might have a chance to go, and it is gone. First home run of the year for the Texas Rangers. Nate Lowe hitting it over 400 feet out of left center. What a way to start off the year with a home run for Lowe in his new home in Arlington. So it is now a 2-0 lead for the Texas Rangers. You can see he waits, takes the ball the other way. The show track there, a huge pop-up flyout that gets out at only 96 miles per hour exit velo, but it carries all the way out of here. 9-mile-an-hour wind might have helped that ball right there. Now up is Chris Davis. He's going to ground this ball through the middle and into center field. Don't forget, we're still playing a baseball game here, folks, as the home run definitely shaking up the Royals as they're going to send out the pitching coach. Now up is the Brock star, Brock Holt, the former Brewer and the former Red Sox. He got most of his claim to fame with the Red Sox, playing absolutely everywhere as he hits a slow ground ball to Merrifield. They're only able to get him at first, so he moves the runner to second base with 2 outs. Singer only at 22 pitches, but 2 runs given up. Well, if there's anyone you'd want to face, it would be Jonah Heim here in this situation for Singer. But Heim is going to hit a rocket out to Whit Merrifield. Ball more or less catches him. Merrifield able to get all 3 outs, but that doesn't really matter because Nate Lowe, the superstar of this inning, hitting a home run to give them a 2-0 lead. So now a 2-2 count to Hunter Dozier, the former top prospect for this organization. Took him a while to get to the MLB. He's gotten here and he's been pretty productive so far in his young career. Now it's a ground ball to first base. Arihara over to cover and make the putout. Nice throw there by Lowe to get it to Arihara on a dime. Speaking of Lowe's defensive abilities, he was a Gold Glover last year, so what he lacked with the bat, he made up for in the field at first base. As the pitch to the former Cleveland Indian and Philadelphia Philly, Carlos Santana, misses. 2-2 count to Santana. He hits the ball well out to deep right. Going back and gone into the bullpen. Carlos Santana starts off his season with a home run as well. 98.6 miles per hour off the bat. Over 380 feet. That's Arihara's first ever earned run as the slow trot around the bases for the veteran Carlos Santana. Now due up is Ryan McBroom. It's an 0-1 count to him. Swung through for strike 2. The 0-2 count. Here's Arihara. The pitch is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Kenner Falefa makes the play to first. So that's going to be 2 outs in the inning. Arihara, he's a guy that pitches straight from the stretch. Doesn't mess around with the windup. As Salvador Perez is up as he gets a hard foul ball. He really revitalized his career last year, being absolutely awesome at the plate, especially at that catcher position where good offense is hard to find. But here he just grounds out to second base. Nick Solak makes the throw over to first, but the damage has been done. The lead has been cut in half after the Carlos Santana home run to make it a 2-1 lead for the Rangers. We enter the third inning now as Delano DeShields Jr. back up at the plate. It's a 2-0 count to him. Brady Singer was given some support from his offense, now only down by 1, looking to maintain it to that, as DeShields hits a weak fly ball out to center field. Easy to put away for the center fielder as it's 1 out in the third inning here at Kauffman Stadium. David Dahl now up, 2-2 count to him. The pitch is going to be fouled off, so it stays tied up at 2-2. Brady Singer, another pitcher that also doesn't throw from the windup. He throws from the stretches. Dahl hits this ball well. It is carrying. Could we see another? Yes! Home run, David Dahl. So we get a home run last inning and a home run last half inning and a home run this inning. David Dahl takes that ball out in right field. So now back up to a 2-run lead for the Texas Rangers. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is up, and once again they get him on that slider. Deja vu to his first at-bat. Joey Gallo back up at the plate. It's a 2-1 hitters count to him. He singled in his first at-bat, and he's going to hit it to a pretty similar place, but they shift Merrifield over there. So they're going to make the out and head to the bottom of the third inning. David Dahl with a home run to extend the lead back to a 2-run game. We'll be back after the break. So we are back here in the 6th inning. Jacob Junis is going to come into the game for Brady Singer. There's a man on, and it's 2-2 to Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So 3-2 count to Kiner-Falefa. No outs. Joey Gallo on deck. Jacob Junis again on the mound. The 3-2 pitch. Junis sets. He kicks. Fires. And he's going to walk Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. So ball 4, nobody out, and it is man on first and second. Joey Gallo up. It's a 1-0 count for him. Junis fires. Gallo hits the ball well into deep center field. It's carrying, but it dies at the wall, caught. And we're going to see a tag up from David Dahl. So he's going to be at third base. So first and third with 1 out in the 6th inning. Texas leads 3-1. So now due up with 1 out is the lefty killer Nick Solak. Men on the corners. The pitch is going to be taken 1-0. So Solak waiting here against the righty. He's known for hitting lefties very well. Did that in his rookie year. Was okay against lefties last year. Took a massive step backwards in his sophomore season as he hits this ball on a frozen rope. But it is brought in by Adalberto Mondesi. So a hit stolen away from Solak there. So runners on the corners with 2 outs now for the Phillies. Now this brings up Nate Lowe as we're going to get a check over at first for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, not Joey Gallo. What am I talking about? But anyway, up is Nate Lowe. The pitch to him is going to be grounded up the middle and through to center field, so he accounts for another run in this game. That is his 3rd RBI of the game. He's been very clutch, doing it with 2 outs both times, I believe. Might have been 1 out the first time. So now this brings up Chris Crush Davis. Let's see if he can keep the train moving. It's 1-0 to him. Junis looks in, gets the sign, fires, and this ball is going to be taken solidly to right, but it goes right to the right fielder. So that'll end the inning, but Nate Lowe coming up clutch again, getting the hit, driving in the run, and extending the lead. We take it to the bottom of the 7th now as it is Kohei Arihara back in for another inning of work. He's been great so far, and an unlucky play there. Ball bounces off the base, so it's not really able to be fielded as, yes, it gets scored a base hit. And an unlucky play there for the Rangers. So man on first with no outs. Due up is Carlos Santana, the veteran, already hit a home run today. Dozier on first. Santana with a home run today. Can he continue it? Yes, he can. So a solid start to the season. 4-1. Carlos Santana. Santana now 2-for-3, I believe that is, as he just takes a single splitter, does what he can with it, puts it right over Solak's head, and keeps the train moving. So, tying run now at the plate. It's Ryan McBroom. McBroom fouls off the 0-0 pitch. Arihara in a bit of trouble now. 78 pitches. The pitch McBroom, and he takes it into left field over the head of the jumping Dahl. So, 1 run's going to score. Right behind him is Santana. McBroom pulls into second base. So it is now a 4-3 ball game. Texas still up by 1, but cutting the lead down to 1 is Ryan McBroom and the Kansas City Royals. We're going to see the manager come out, and that's going to be it for the MLB debut of Kohei Arihara. He goes 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, and overall a really solid start for Arihara. If not for this start of the 7th inning, he went 6 full with only giving up 1 run, and that was just off a solo shot. Now coming in is the long-tenured reliever for the Rangers. It's Matt Bush, former 1st overall pick, and they're going to immediately elect to actually walk Salvador Perez, the hitting catcher. They think it's better to put him on not super fast, force at now 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. No outs, though. They also do keep that righty-righty matchup against Michael Taylor. It's 1-1 count to Taylor. The pitch by Bush is going to be taken high, deep, and gone. So now a 6-4 lead, a 5-run inning so far. That ball got out of here in a hurry, over 100 miles an hour off the bat. Cookie left right down the middle. Taylor knew it was gone off the bat. Now up is Mondesi. He strikes out. So finally, after 5 runs, they get the first out of the inning. Bush, that was only his 6th pitch. And then here is Benintendi. It's a weak fly ball to center field. Easy put up there for Delano DeShields Jr. So now with 2 outs, we are going to see Whit Merrifield on a 3-2 pitch. Another weak pop-up, and that's going to go over the head of Solak. Maybe could have been caught by both DeShields or Gallo. Solak wants to try to get it, and he can't, so we're going to get another person on the base paths now, as he's going to go try to steal second. He got it the first time, but he is out this time stealing, so this nightmare of an inning is over. But the lead goes to Kansas City for the first time today, as they put up 5 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Now coming on to pitch is the flame-throwing righty. It's Josh Stalmont. In 25 innings pitched last season, he had a 2.45 ERA, but a 140 whip. He was a former starter down in the minors. They decided to make him a reliever up here. So now it's the clutch Nate Lowe coming up, as my dog barks in the background. He walks Lowe, so Stalmont walks the bases loaded. Lowe has had a great game so far today. And now due up is Chris Davis. It's a 3-1 count to Davis. Big opportunity for him here, as he looks as a fastball on the corner is barely going to touch the black of the plate. So 3-2 the count, 2 outs, runners should be off here. Defense, normal position, and we're going to see a timeout here by Davis. Wants to get a chance to breathe before this. Is probably the biggest pitch of the game. The pitch from Stalmont locks him up, strike 3. Davis not happy with the call, complaining to the ump. Watch out, don't get thrown out. Meanwhile, Stalmont very fired up, getting himself into a jam. You see him go woo there at the end. He gets out of it, keeps the lead intact, 6-4. So now into the 9th is Kyle Zimmer. He was dominating last year with an under 2 ERA, as he has David Dahl with 2 outs and a man on third in the top of the 9th, down 1-1. The pitch to Dahl. It's taken pretty deep, but dying out in center field, and it is going to be caught by Michael Taylor. So that'll do it for the game, 6-4. The Kansas City Royals beat the Texas Rangers here in KC on opening day, led by a big 7th inning, which saw the Royals put up 5 runs. They walk home on opening day 1-0, while it's 0-1 for the Rangers. I'm CJ Ambers 05, or CJ Ambers, saying see you next time.